Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bucks County Cabaret Show and a special edition, Molasses Creek, the finest nightclub in Bucks County to see and hear music. And next week, Friday and Saturday, the 23rd and 24th, the award-winning group from Garrison Keillor's Prairie Home Companion. And we have a special show for you today all about Molasses Creek.
Holy smoke would smell so good. There's someone burning hickory wood. What's that cooking on this coal? Why, it's the pig, Lord bless my soul. We're gonna have some barbecue, boiled taters and Brunswick stew,
slaw that's white or maybe red,
hush puppies and fried cornbread. Holy smoke would smell so good. There's someone burning hickory wood. What's that cooking on the coals? Why, it's a pig, Lord bless my soul. There's sauce made from a recipe known only to the family.
Big old glass of sweet iced tea.
Holy smoke, that's heaven to me. It sounds like some kind of Italian food or something. Come on, let's play some barbecue music. Holy smoke, it smells so good. There's someone burning hickory wood. What's that cooking on those coals? Why, it's a pig, Lord bless my soul. Chop your slice, serve it up,
And her book in a Dixie cup, Eastern style Lexington pub.
that's fight won't there be one. Holy smoke would smell so good. There's someone burning hickory wood.
And that was Molasses Creek. I'm here today, the Bucks County Cabaret Show, with Rob Bell, our co-host from PANJ Radio. Hi,
Always
Rob.
a pleasure to see you.
And our co-host at the Bucks County Cabaret, Meagan Hill. Hello, Meagan.
Hello,
Welcome back.
Tom. Hello, Rob.
And we have a very exciting show today. We're going to give you a whole history of Molasses Creek. And if you don't know who they are, besides being award winners from Garrison Keillor's Prairie Home Companion, they've recorded 15 albums, reaching 4 and 5 on the National Folk Radio DJ charts. In March 2012, they were in the top 10 of the top 40 artists across the country, ahead of Bob Dylan and Johnny Cash.
Folk artists.
Folk
yes.
artists on the folk charts. Nominated for Band of the Year by the European Country Music Association. And we've been listening to their music now for a couple months.
Yes.
And we're fans now. I mean, there's not just folk they do. There's jazz influences. There's country. There's the Fiddler Dave and his amazing fiddling. It's like that guy in the song, the Fiddler from
Fiddling
Hell.
with the devil.
The Fiddling with the Devil. He's just amazing.
Was that Charlie Daniels?
Yeah, Charlie Daniels. Band, I guess that was, right? Uh-huh. On the line with us now, Fiddler Dave Tweedy and Gary Mitchell from Molasses Creek. Gary Mitchell, vocals, guitar, bass. Fiddler Dave Tweedy, vocals and fiddle. And I guess you guys are the founding members of Molasses Creek?
Yep, that's right. Yep. All the way through the lines from Ocracoke Island here talking to you.
And we have to talk about Ocracoke Island because it seems to be a great influence on your music. And I Googled it this morning, and it's along the, I guess you call the Barrier Islands around the outside of North Carolina?
Yeah, the Outer Banks. This is Gary.
Hi, Gary.
And, we're about 23 miles off the coast of North Carolina, and you have to get here by ferry.
I was wondering.
Kind of right at the bottom end of the Outer Banks string of islands.
So no bridges. It's way off. I was looking at
no bridges, but that's really what keeps it an interesting place.
And how wide is the island? It seems like it's
very skinny. And most of the island's about 14 miles in length. You could almost throw a stone across it.
Wow.
Part of that, I would guess it's maybe a half mile wide.
Wow.
In most places.
So it's like our Long Beach Island in New Jersey, except it's a lot longer
and a lot hairier during hurricane season. Yes.
Oh yeah. At the southern end of the island is the village of Ocracoke, and most of the rest of the island is national park, seashore. And there's no development on the beach, so you can just walk for miles on the beach. And
that sounds awesome.
Anybody? And
what's Ocracoke like? What's the town's name again?
It's just Ocracoke Village.
Oh, Ocracoke Village. Okay.
And the village has been here for hundreds of years. Originally, it was a settlement of pilots, because this was between Ocracoke Island and the now uninhabited Portsmouth Island to the south. It was one of the primary inlets through which ships coming in to the colonies would bring goods. And so they would hire pilots who lived in the area to go aboard the ship and help guide the ships and goods, or they would hire lighteners who would take goods off of those vessels and help bring them into the mainland.
Now, do I understand that one of you is married to a descendant of a quartermaster on Blackbeard's ship?
Yeah, that's one of the other claims to fame of Ocracoke Island is that Blackbeard would hang out here on occasion. And it's in fact right here in Ocracoke Island where he had his final battle and was beheaded.
Ooh, that would hurt.
Thus starting a tourist legacy. But yeah, I'm married to Amy Howard, who is ninth generation descended from the quartermaster William Howard on Blackbeard's ship.
Oh my gosh! So what we'd like to do right now is play a quick song that sort of illustrates what we mean about the island itself and how the influence on your music. Is called Waterbound.
Okay.
Waterbound and I can't get home. Waterbound and I can't get home. Waterbound and I can't get home. Down in North Carolina. Gales are blowing the live oak tree. Fog's as thick as the grits I heat. Still I hope we got to meet down in North Carolina. Waterbound and I can't get home. Waterbound and I can't get home. Waterbound and I can't get home down in North Carolina.
Wind is up and the boats will run. Short-legged dogs are bound to drown. Get up, Jenny, let's go home. Before the water rises.
Waterbound and I can't get home. Waterbound and I can't get home. Waterbound and I can't get home down in North Carolina.
Wow, that was great.
Hey, you guys there?
Yeah, I could tell you were using the video cut because it had water sound effects.
Sex in the front, right?
For the song started.
Fiddler Dave, I just got to tell you that we're just blown away by the fiddling on that. And now, tell us a little bit about how you guys originally got together.
Well, I was living at Ocracoke, my wife and I, I moved there in 1978. I moved to Ocracoke, and I taught school here for a few years. And then we moved away for a few years, came back, but we were playing as a duet, my wife Kitty and myself, and I met Dave in 93. He and I were both hired independently to do music accompaniment for a theater project in North Carolina and central North Carolina. And so we met there, and we ended up playing music together, when we weren't working, and we were just kind of hanging out and getting to know each other. And he was going into his last year of college, and so I thought that was ripe territory. I could invite him to come to spend the summer at Ocracoke. And, beautiful bikini-clad women and music and,
And figs.
Yeah.
Figs, really?
Figs.
A lot of figs, yeah. So he said, a lot of figs? Sure, I'll be there. And, so anyhow, he got hooked on the place and stuck around, and Molasses Creek was born.
Tell me a little bit about your influences. Dave, you've studied Celtic fiddling?
Yeah, I actually grew up playing classical music and didn't know a whole lot about fiddling until I got to college in North Carolina. And as part of a folklore course, I was an anthropology major, and as part of a folklore course, I started meeting with an old-time fiddler out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and started going down and playing at dances. And I actually discovered that all the years that I'd been messing about in orchestra, playing things that I shouldn't, that there was actually a place for that, and it was called traditional fiddling. So I got into Appalachian styles and all sorts of different styles. And then when I graduated from college, I got a Watson Fellowship to study changes in Celtic styles of fiddling, and spent a year traveling outside the country in Shetland Islands and Cape Breton and Scotland and Ireland, and just walking into villages, hunting down the fiddlers there and learning tunes and styles and the folks' stories. And that was what really got me into the Celtic styles. And then when I returned back to the States, I knew where I was headed, and that was Ocracoke Island, to rejoin with the band, and the rest is history.
And Gary, you started playing when you were 13 years old? It says here.
I grew up in the Simon and Garfunkel era. I really wanted to be Garfunkel. I loved singing harmony, and for some reason that just really grabbed me from an early age. And so did that for a while in high school, and then in college discovered bluegrass. I went to NC State and found some great bluegrass musicians there, and they kind of trained me and developed that style. And the whole time I was really listening to groups like Crosby, Stills Nash, the Eagles, the Beatles, and the harmony singing always really appealed to me, and creative arrangements, and so we've just kind of melded a lot of this music into our style. We've been called a bluegrass band at times over the years, but we're really not a bluegrass band.
No, we've commented on that several times, that your influences, the jazz harmonies, you do a little bit of everything.
Well, Tom knows that the song that I'm like, play this one. I hope they play this one. They got to do this one. Nevertheless, an old Calmer and Ruby song from 1931 that everyone from Bing Crosby to the Mills Brothers in the 50s recorded. Yeah, I was very happy to hear that.
Good. I heard.
And you are going to play that, aren't you?
We are going to play that. Why don't we play that now? And we'll be right back with more about Molasses Creek.
We're Molasses Creek from Ocracoke Island.
This is an old song called Nevertheless. Maybe I'm right, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm weak, and maybe I'm strong. But nevertheless, I'm in love with you. Do-ba-do-da-do-da. Maybe I'll win, and maybe I'll lose. Maybe I'm in for crying the blues. But nevertheless, I'm in love with you. Somehow I know at a glance the terrible chances I'm taking. Fine at the start, then laugh with a heart that is breaking. Do-ba-do-da-do-da. Maybe I'll live a life of regret. Maybe I'll give more than I'll get. But nevertheless, I'm in love with you. Somehow I know at a glance the terrible chances I'm taking. Fine at the start, then laugh with a heart that is breaking. Do-ba-do-da-do-da. Maybe I'll live a life of regret. Maybe I'll give more than I'll get. But nevertheless, I'm in love with you. Nevertheless, I'm in love with you.
Yeah. That made me very happy. So.
It's hard not to be happy listening to that song.
Uh-huh.
Great song. Great song.
Yeah, that was a live recording that we did for something called Our State Magazine here in North Carolina. There's a very popular magazine about North Carolina, and they had some live music in their lobby, and so we recorded that live. But that song and that style of singing is so much fun to sing, and I discovered that it's nothing like bluegrass. It's nothing like any of the things that I'd sung before. There was a group that came through Ocracoke one time, just a duet, and this was many years ago, and they sang some of these old Mills Brothers songs and things, and this was one of them, nevertheless. And they said, oh, there's a great third part to this song. Maybe we could teach it to you. And I said, oh, you don't need to teach it to me. I'll sing the third part. Just let it rip. And so they started singing this song, and I was immediately lost after the first bar, you know. And but once I discovered how that music works and the chord changes and all, they're just really, really fun to sing.
Well, you guys, I should mention, this is a quartet, and you also have two other members, Kim France, Gerald Hampton. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what they do in the group?
Sure. So Kim France is she spends half the year here on Ocracoke Island and the other half in the mountains, where she plays with some orchestras up there. She plays stand-up acoustic bass, and she also plays with some jazz groups up there as well as bluegrass groups. She really enjoys both the mountains and the coast, and it's hard to pull her away to live full time in any one specific area. But she's a wonderful singer, a songwriter, as well as playing all these different styles of music, which she brings those influences to Molasses Creek. Gerald Hampton, Gary's, I'll let you take this, Gary, because he's been a friend of yours for a long time since you were in college.
Gerald and I met at NC State in the 70s, and actually I met him when I came back to my dorm room, and there was this guy sitting on my bed playing my Martin guitar.
Oops.
And so after he was released from the hospital, we became good friends.
No, ask permission first.
He's a really good mandolin player, and we've known each other for a long time and are dear friends. He's also an instrument builder and luthier, and does a lot of the work for many of the top acoustic artists in the central part of North Carolina.
So I understand you also you have your own venue there in Ocracoke.
Yes, we have a little theater that we call Deepwater Theater. It's a listening room. We can seat about 80 folks there.
Oh, that's nice.
And we've had it going on for probably about 12 years now, maybe even 15 years. We decided pretty early on in the Molasses Creek days that we really wanted to have a venue where the audience wasn't distracted by TVs or other things that people talking. We wanted to have a concert focus, and so we were striving for that, and so we created this little theater.
That sounds like a lot like our place. We're 90 seats where people sit there and listen.
Actually,
gorgeous
listen.
sound system. They actually listen.
They're there to listen.
About that. About the really intimate audience where the performer can get to know the audience and interact with them,
exactly,
see them. That's really special, and certainly large venues are fun too in their own way. But there's a way that you can get to know your audience in a smaller listening room like that is really special.
And we are going to have Molasses Creek at the Bucks County Cabaret this coming Friday and Saturday, the 23rd and the 24th. And this is the room to see them in. And we're going to have more with Molasses Creek. Stay on the line, guys. We're going to sign off for this half of the Bucks County Cabaret show. TOMORR with you.
And Meagan Hill.
And Rob Bell and Molasses Creek. And we will all be back in a few minutes.
Your business only gets one chance to make a first impression. That's why Green Birdie Productions offers free re-edits on every high-definition video we create. Our Emmy Award-winning staff and green screen special effects studio guarantee the quality we strive for. It's no wonder most of our business comes from referrals. Green Birdie Productions. Compelling video. Competitive price.
Hey, it's Laura Mangone from Food for Thought. Would you like us to talk about your recipes on the air? Send them to laura@chamberswalk.com, and we can talk about them, give you our points of view, maybe even share some improvements. Join us, Food for Thought.
It's all authentic comfort food at Bitter Bob's in New Hope. Bob serves mouth-watering barbecued pork and chicken dishes, signature sloppy sandwiches, homemade cornbread, macaroni and cheese and collard greens, all the great southern dishes you crave for. Bob serves weekend brunch, lunch, and dinner, BYOB, with an outside patio that is dog-friendly, and he has a kids menu. Great desserts, too. And Bob can cater any event, big or small. Tell the waitstaff you heard this commercial and get 10% off. Bitter Bob's in New Hope, PA. Authentic comfort food for your family.
Join us on the first Thursday of each month for Network Lambertville in Lambertville, New Jersey, the most productive open networking group in the Bucks, Mercer, and Hunterdon County area. At Network Lambertville, we serve award-winning wines, a fully catered meal created by Bitter Bob's Barbecue, and fabulous desserts by Pudge Cakes of New Hope. Network Lambertville is held at Green Birdie Productions Green Screen Studio at 21 Bridge Street in Lambertville, New Jersey. Networking with wine and past appetizers starts at 6 p.m., with dinner served at 7:30 p.m. All networkers get 1 minute with microphone to talk about their business to the group. There is no fee to join Network Lambertville, but we do ask for a $20 tax-deductible donation at the door to help cover expenses. Network Lambertville has over 450 members, but we do limit attendance to the first 50 guests. So please log on to www.networklambertville.com to sign up and for more information. See you at the next Network Lambertville.
And the sun goes down upon this river town.
Hi, this is Judith Marchand with PANJ Radio. I'd like to invite you to listen to my new show, Musical Notes, where I will be interviewing different musicians at 8 p.m. every night. Tuesday nights I will have a new musician, and then it will air the rest of the week. We'll be finding out what these musicians are all about and listening to some of their music. So tune in. It's going to be a great show on PANJradio.com.
Hi, you're listening to Joey Novick, and I am the host of Punchlines and Politics. We air live every Monday, 7 p.m. right here on WPANJradio.com, and that show repeats at 6 each day. And we have some of the best people from politics and some of the most fantastically funny comedians in New Jersey. So please listen to me, come in the studio, and enjoy the show. Joey Novick, Punchlines and Politics.
And welcome back to the second half of this special edition of the Bucks County Cabaret Show. I'm here with Rob Bell from PANJ Radio and Meagan Hill, our co-host.
Always a pleasure.
Hello, Rob. And co-host Meagan Hill, back from the Bucks County Cabaret. This is our special edition, all about Molasses Creek, the award-winning band from Prairie Home Companion, appearing at the Bucks County Cabaret this coming Friday and Saturday, 2 spectacular appearances. And we're here back with Fiddler Dave Tweedy.
Hello.
And we're back with Gary Mitchell. Hi, Gary.
Hi there.
Founding members of Molasses Creek. And we've been, as we played some of your music, we see the videos here. And I don't think the audience gets, just from the music, which is amazing, how amusing and funny you guys are, and these videos are great, and people should check them out at molassescreek.com.
Well, I was watching the one video, and you heard me going, wait a minute, is he playing a saucepan? What, a saucepan?
Yeah, that was live. We were playing the saucepan.
So
like a mandolin.
So you got some new videos. Can we tell us about your video production?
Well, we've been together 24 years, and so we figured after 23 years it was probably time that we got on the bandwagon with actually making some videos. And Gary's nephew had some friends from Florence, Italy, who were filmmakers.
Yeah, and so they had been doing a lot of music videos in Italy. His name's Andrea Tani, and he was anxious to kind of get into the American market. And my nephew said, well, I know this really famous American band you'd be really lucky to video them. And so he lined this thing up for us, but we had a great time.
Those are made. They're great. He did a great job on it.
Yeah, our technical advisor is a videographer and a director of photography, and he was very impressed by your material. Yes.
Yeah, the biggest challenge was that we couldn't speak Italian, and he couldn't speak English very well, so there was a lot of hand motions and guessing as to what exactly he wanted.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that's a little Fellini movie in there.
Oh, there we go.
But we love the locations on the island in the videos, burying themselves in the sand.
Yeah, the first one, the Waterbound video, we shot in an area very close to where Blackbeard was killed in his final battle. And it's out in the Pamlico Sound here, just behind the island. And Andrea had some ideas of shooting us in the water, and he had an idea of kind of a castaway scene where we get washed up on the beach. And so Kim France and I are actually out in the Sound floating on a guitar case.
Yeah.
And we sort of get washed up and meet Gerald and Dave and play some music. It was a lot of fun. We had no idea what we were doing, but it ended up being.
Well,
it looks good.
We're
Comes
gonna
out best sometimes that way.
Now, we should mention now that we are having a special promotion for anyone listening in to PANJ Radio.
Are you listening?
Are you listening? When you call for reservations for Molasses Creek at the Bucks County Cabaret, just say the secret code, which is Fiddler. I just say that code, and you get half-price tickets, 2-for-1 tickets for either one of the shows next this coming Friday or Saturday.
Write that down, Dave.
Calling in.
There you go. So we're looking forward to having you guys come up here.
Have these guys been in New Hope before?
No, I think it's your first trip.
It's your first trip up to New Hope? You're going to love it.
And I think they're going to go see Philadelphia, surrounding area.
We've had a lot of people from Pennsylvania come to our shows here on the island. And
in the past couple of weeks,
we've
a couple
had
from your area.
A bunch of people say how beautiful the area is and how we're going to really enjoy going up there. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well,
fantastic.
Well, we're going to play something that you did live. And just so you can get a little taste of Molasses Creek live. And this is, again, a little, not bluegrass, but a jazz standard.
All right, kick it up there. I love coffee, I love tea, I love the Java Jive and it loves me. Coffee and tea and the Java and me. Java, sweet and hot. Oops, Mr. Moto, I'm a coffee pot. Shoot me the pot, and I'll pour me a shot. A cup, 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 cup. Slip me slow from that wonderful mug. Knock the road till I'm snug in a jug.
A slice of onion and a raw one.
Draw one.
Weed a percolator.
I love coffee, I love tea. I love the Java Jive and it loves me. Coffee and tea and the Java and me. A cup, 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 cup.
Boston beans.
Soybeans.
And little bitty green beans.
Cabbage and greens. I'm not keen about a bean
unless it is a cheery, cheery bean.
Boys.
Well, I love coffee, I love tea, I love the Java Jive, and it loves me.
Coffee and tea and the Java and me. A cup, 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 cup. I love Java, sweet and hot. Oops, Mr. Moto, I'm a coffee pot. Shoot me a pot, now pour me a shot. A cup, 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 cup. Slip me slow from that wonderful mug. Knock a rub till I'm stuck in a jug.
Drop a nickel in the pot, Joe.
Taking it slow. Waiter, waiter, percolator. I love coffee, I love tea. I love the Java Jive and it loves me. Coffee and tea and the Java and me. A cup, a cup, a cup, a cup.
Oh, baby. I love it. I love it. I love it.
And we're watching the video here. It's from Cafe Lena in New York.
Oh, right.
And it's just, you guys are just playing the audience amazing here.
Well,
It's
we
just
were
hysterical.
singing
We were laughing
along
and
over
singing
here.
along.
Right.
So
I just said to Tom, I said, we're going to start doing that song.
But you see, they bring something different to the song. We've heard it many times, but you bring your own
That's
thing
right.
to everything.
That's right.
Now,
Well, there's a lot of honesty in that song because I do love coffee. and my daughter Katie just opened a coffee shop here on the island called the Magic Bean about a year ago. So our whole family's into coffee. So.
That's right.
Well, tell us.
From the heart.
Tell us now a little bit about your latest album, which is gospel inspirational songs.
People get ready.
How does that come about? And tell us a little bit about it.
Well, for many years, our audience, this is our 16th album that we've done, and for many years, our audience has been requesting a traditional gospel sort of album. And we wanted to make it a little more expansive than just traditional gospel, so there are a lot of great inspirational folk songs out there as well. And Gary spearheaded this over this last winter. He kind of sat down, and Gary, I'll let you take it from here.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun for me, and kind of a special project for me. There's some songs that just really have a wonderful message, a real depth of meaning. Songs like Abraham, Martin, and John came out back in the late 60s, 68, I think. And a lot of us that were around then, I was a teenager, but I remember that song well when it came out. It was really quite powerful. But I hadn't heard people do it over the years, so we decided to bring that one back. We've go from that to things like there's a song called Gone Home on there that was probably the most popular song sung by the Hee Haw Gospel Quartet on the Hee Haw Show. And, that made sense to put that on there. There's a song that I found that I'd never heard before. It's called You Go to Your Church and I'll Go to Mine.
Yeah, that's the one we've been listening to.
That's the one that we've been listening to, yeah.
Yeah, and I found that song just on a search of bluegrass gospel song titles on, Mr. Google. And saw that title, and I thought, man, I like that title. That's a great title. You go to your church and I'll go to mine. So looked it up, and it was a pretty straightforward, traditional-sounding bluegrass song, the versions that we heard of it, and I really liked it. And
it's very straightforward. Very straightforward.
Wrote another verse to it to sort of bring it up to date a little bit, and but that was a lot of fun.
When was the song originally done? Do you have any idea?
Do you know, Dave?
Tracing that one back was a little bit difficult. There were lots of references to it, but finding an exact origin, I want to say that it was in the 40s, maybe.
Okay. Because with the Appalachian music, some of those things were never published. They just sang them for generations.
Right.
That's what I was curious
about. And the idea that one particular person didn't sit down and actually pen a song that is in the general public domain, it's kind of bizarre, but it's just been lost.
Well, it's got a great straightforward message also in the folk tradition also. So we'd like to play this one because we just
fell in love with it.
Yes. So this is You Go to Your Church and I'll Go to Mine.
Church today, but he'll be at my church sea, tilling the soil together. Buddhists and Catholics, Shiites and saints, we'll all reap the harvest forever. The road is rough and the way is long, but let's help each other over. You go to your church and I'll go to mine. Let's walk along together. Let's walk along together.
Oh. Are you still there, guys?
Yep.
Do you lean on the computer?
He touched the wrong button.
We were getting so excited. We were ready to applaud. We love this video so much. And we just turned it off. We messed it up.
He touched the wrong button.
Well, you can grab the real thing off of there or off the album.
Exactly. And I assure our audience that that song has a spectacular
ending,
yes. That you will not
They have to come to the show.
They have
the
to come.
ending.
That's it, Rob. That's it.
You will not want to miss the ending of this song. So that's what it was all.
If you want to hear how it ends,
it was all part of our plan.
Come to the Bucks County Cabaret September 23rd and September 24th.
Well, guys, it's been like amazing talking to you. Anything else you'd like to say to your fans out in North Carolina or in your future fans in the Bucks County area?
Well, I'm excited about coming up there. I've been told that Pennsylvania is an entirely different state from North Carolina. So
yeah,
I'm really excited about discovering everything up there, and can't wait to meet everybody. Mm-hmm.
All right. This is Fiddler Dave Tweedy and Gary Mitchell from Molasses Creek, and this is a show you won't want to miss next week. Thanks, guys. I can't wait to meet you all, and we're looking forward to seeing you.
Well, we're looking forward to being there. Thanks for doing all you do to help support this music.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So
that was a lot of fun. They sound like a bunch of great guys.
So, Rob, you're going to come out and sing Molasses Creek?
Oh, I wouldn't miss it. Sounds fantastic. I'm going to have to wear my sandals, though. There's a lot of water sounds. It sounds going to be very wet underfoot.
And there is actually on Ocracoke Island, we did mention there's a river that like goes the whole 14-mile length or however many miles.
If it's only a half mile wide, how wide's the river?
It's got to be a cute little river right in the middle of town.
Spitting distance. Uh-huh. Here we go.
And is that the Molasses Creek?
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
So
that is the Molasses Creek that they got their name from, yes.
It's not the Molasses Creek like it would be in my neighborhood.
If you're from Pennsylvania or Philadelphia, it's a creek.
It's a creek, that's right.
But down there, it's a creek.
It's a creek, yes.
I take it runs very slowly. Like molasses.
Molasses. And don't forget the secret word.
The secret word for Molasses Creek is...
Fiddler.
So, Molasses Creek next week, and we'll expect everyone to be there. So, what's coming up after that at the Bucks County Cabaret, you may ask?
Why, what's coming up at the Bucks County Cabaret, Tom?
I thank you for asking. Let's see. After Molasses Creek, we have Joey Novick.
Yeah, Joey Novick is so funny. He's got a show here at the PANJ Radio as well, talking about politics.
Yes. Well, he's a comedian elected to town council, and that's what his show is about. Mm-hmm. It's his comedic show about his rise in local politics, and he's going to be performing this on Broadway at the Solo Festival, where everyone does an hour about their lives. It's supposed to be a very prestigious event up there. And he's previewing it at our cabaret.
Bucks County Cabaret.
Bucks County Cabaret. And that is Saturday, October 1st. And listen to him on PANJ Radio, too.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Mondays live, Mondays at 7 o'clock.
Okay. I knew you knew when that would be, Rob. Thank you. After that, our first Friday review, which is October 7th. And this is going to be a lot of fun because it's Halloweening at the moon. So we'll be singing songs to the moon and the fall and Halloween. So all kinds of different songs to get
my
you.
favorite holiday.
Ah, my
love
favorite,
Halloween.
I
and
love
my
Halloween.
favorite season also. And we'll be having special decorations and.
Isn't it somebody's birthday that will be
Somebody's
celebrating?
celebrating a birthday that night. Our popular cabaret performer, one of our singers, Matthew Allen. So come out, help him celebrate his birthday.
Bring money. No, I'm only kidding.
Wear orange, right? And black.
Yes,
Orange and black,
Blacks.
that's
You might hear things like Spooky or the Monster Mash. You never know. Let's see. After that, Saturday, October 8th. That's right after our Halloweening event.
It's Phyllis
Chappelle, and we've played her on the show before. An amazing jazz singer and instrumentalist.
Sings in 13 different languages.
Yes, and she is going to be a special event. We're already getting some interest in that one already.
Great.
And then after that, everything turned to color, October 14th. And this is a local, well, they're not local, but they some of the people are from the area, folk jazz group Amazing Harmonies. After that, Saturday, October 22nd, Barbara Wycamp, Memories of the Night. Barbara impersonates deceased male and female celebrities in this tribute to our favorites who are no longer with us. And she
very upbeat.
Well, it's a lot of fun. She actually goes through the costume changes on there and on stage.
Right.
It's a lot of fun.
Is Marilyn one of them?
Yes, I think she does Marilyn. She does John Lennon. She does Roy Orbison.
Judy
does Roy Orbison?
No, Barbara. Barbara does. She.
Wait a minute, I'm getting confused.
You're confused. So, and then after that, Rupert Waits, London-based singer-songwriter. That's going to be a great concert. We have another review coming up with Cole Porter. We have Jeffrey Fulmer, great local singer-songwriter, who's previewing some new songs that he's going to be writing for a new album. We also have Avi Wisnia coming back. We have The Last 5 Years, and we will mention it here for the first time. And it will be announced sometime this week. Local theater favorites, Victoria Ben and Jared Ben, will be performing in concert on our stage the Broadway show The Last 5 Years by Jason Robert Brown. It was a movie, and it's a cult favorite. Two-person musical right on our stage.
The entire show?
The entire show.
Wow.
But in concert.
In concert version. That's the 25th and 26th of November, the weekend of
Thanksgiving Day weekend.
Of Thanksgiving. Victoria and Jared just announced that they will be having another little one. So they will be celebrating it by performing for you. So come out and support them. They have another hungry little mouth to feed.
Yes, exactly.
After that, we have a similar show in December. Well, not similar, but you might say it's in a family vein, Family Harmony, where we're going to have local family members, siblings, spouses, parents, kids, all making music together. So talented people of the same family. And this is going to be a real interesting
Well, that leaves
evening.
my brother out.
Like the Von Trapps?
Well, any family that actually has two or more people who can carry a tune.
Well, that definitely leaves my brother out.
And, of course, we have Bart Chateau coming back from Broadway, Jean Valjean and Les Mis. That's in December. We have Kevin Gray and his Frank Sinatra tribute. Another great act coming up. And we're going to have some musical previews of all of these in our next few shows. We have two special shows to announce. Of course, December 3rd, Michael Jovovich. He's bringing special guests with him, including someone who hasn't performed in the area
in a while. Marvelous talent.
And one of the amazing talents of that we've ever met in our
and worked with.
Yes, Frank Farrow the Third. They used to call him the Voice.
The Voice.
And wait till you hear his voice.
Sweet.
Yes. And that is going to be a big event on December 3rd. December 16th.
What could that possibly?
Let us help you get in the mood for the Christmas holidays. That would be us. That would be me, TOMORR, and
Meagan Hill.
You, Meagan Hill.
Starring in.
It's
a fruitcake.
It's a big old fruitcake delivered to your front door at the Bucks County Cabaret.
It's the same fruitcake I had last year.
You can decide what to do with it on your own.
I like fruitcake, personally.
Well, then
we'll give it to you then.
Rob takes the fruitcake.
But if I take a slice out of it, you can't use it anymore.
Well, don't worry.
Used fruitcake.
And we will have special guests for that, a lot of humor. It's going to be a silly, fun Christmas. And now, that about wraps it up for this week's edition of the Bucks County Cabaret Show. Thank you, Meagan Hill, our co-host at the Cabaret. I want to thank our other co-host, Jennifer Orr, who provided all the material for Molasses Creek and did such a great job with it. Also, our co-host here at PANJ, Rob Bell. Thanks for tuning in.
I love this show. I'll always be here for you guys.
And we will see you next week with another edition of the Bucks County Cabaret Show.